If you've ever been struggling with date management, calendars, and appointment schedulers for your website, don't worry, I get it. To this I brought you a solution today, which is an embedded Google Calendar to your website, which then styled by Style Calendar and projected to your website. It's actually really easy to set up and requires little to no code. So let's get started. First of all, I'd like you to go to calendar.google.com and sign up to your Google Calendar, and then you'll see something like this, except there won't be any manageable things in here. As you can see, if you click and then drag or just simply click anywhere, you can create a new event, and then you can either give here a title or go to more options, and here simply enter the event name. You can specify a location, a notification before the event, and all the other stuff which I won't go into in too much detail, and then simply save it. And this is how you set up the events in your Google Calendar. Now the Google Calendar documentation shows that if you want to embed the Google Calendar, you come here to this little cog here in the top right corner. You click this little cog, then go to settings. Then down here you come to your current calendar, which is Wolfden code is the default which you created. And then you come to integrate calendar. It will scroll you here, and you can either give a public URL to this calendar, or you can have an iframe here which can be embedded to your site. Now this is only if you want to embed a simple Google Calendar, but we'll be doing something else. What I'd like you to do is come to styledcalendar.com. If you come to their pricing, you can see that the majority of what you need is free. There is of course a premium plan which is $10 per month, not much. With the premium plan you can easily customize everything, but with the free plan you can also do it almost all the buttons, all the colors, almost everything really. Now what I'd like you to do here is go to get started, start the sign up process, sign up with either your Google account, and then you will be asked to link a calendar. So we'll be jumping right onto that. After you've been asked to link the calendar, this is an already made calendar. I will delete this. As you can see here, you can connect another Google account if you'd like to, or you can choose your current Google account and save and create a styled calendar. This is what you will be presented. The events that I've created are already present here. And what you can do is simply name your calendar. And as you can see, it's much better than if you would simply embed a Google Calendar. And here you can add or remove source calendars, so you can actually merge together more calendars from different Google accounts as well. You can quick select a language if it's available from your country. Of course, English is what we are looking for. Here you can also quick select an accent color. So if I'd prefer a more greenish theme, for example, then I can just set the accent color, and as you can see, everything is now set to green. Here under the layout tab, you can set the view, the default view, but this is, as you can see, only for a premium preference. But you can also set a global background color. For example, if I'd like a black background color, I could do that. Now this of course looks ugly, and I will probably use a default theme, but it's one thing to consider. You can also set some border colors. You can define a border radius, so watch the edges of the calendar right there. If I increase this, it will get smoothened out, it will get circled. You can choose the time, for example, whether you'd like an English time formatting or any other. You can also choose German, Switzerland, I don't know, all the stuff. So I encourage you to play around in this. You can quick select the language also in here. You can rename the buttons. Of course, you can't remove the powered by styled calendar button because that's a premium feature, as well as the print and subscribe buttons, but you can simply change the text that there is for these buttons. You can also change the font. For example, one of my favorites is Right Honey, so it's a much smoother text. There is also the header and the footer. These are also premium settings. But if you just scrub around in here, custom CSS unfortunately is also a premium setting. You can see there are a ton of settings here. You can watch, this is the desktop view, but on a phone, this is how it would look like. You can scroll, for example, this is the August. You can also change whether you'd like a week or day view. So there are a bunch of settings here. You have to be a little familiar with Google Calendar before starting off with this. But if you save your calendar, it says successfully saved, and then you embed it, you can click on Other and then copy this whole code. Or if you'd like WordPress or Squarespace, I don't really know how to do those. I'm not a big fan of WordPress, so I just go with the Other. And in here, this is my basic HTML structure. You have nothing to do here but insert what you've copied. As you can see, this will be an iframe and a script. Unfortunately, you cannot style from CSS. You cannot remove some buttons or do all these other things that you'd prefer with a custom calendar, because I've tried. Maybe you'll get luckier or find something like a loophole and you can use it to remove the buttons that you wouldn't like to be there. But they don't bother me and I didn't find a workaround. So if you just open up this with, for example, Live Server, then you can see it already appeared. What I need is a little bit of margin from the body, so I just solve it with inline styling. So margin, for example, 100 pixels, or maybe not 100 pixels, but 10%. And as you can see, if I open up the responsive view, it changes its size automatically. And then this is how it should look on a phone. You can obviously set different stylings from the styled calendar for the phone view. You can also set how the hover effect should look like. But I believe the basic theme is very simple, it's very compact, and it can be a great way to add a scheduler or a calendar to your website. Now please note that it does take some time for styled calendar and Google Calendar to sync together so that they are projected to your website. So if you create an event, don't expect it to be seen immediately. You have to wait a little, but other than that, this is it, a very simple scheduler for your website. I hope you like it. And if you found value in this video and would like to see more, please consider giving us a like, maybe even subscribe. And other than that, I just hope to see you in the next one. God bless.